Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the first rays of sunlight gently touching your face. The world is still quiet. Your breath is soft. And in that silence, you realize this moment is a doorway into peace, clarity, and intention. In the wisdom of Buddhism, morning is not just another part of the day. It is a sacred space, a silent blessing, a new beginning. Why? Because how you begin your day is how you shape your life. The Buddha once said, "Each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most." This is more than poetry. It is a call to live with awareness from the very first breath. In Buddhist tradition, the early hours are seen as a time when the mind is still fresh, not yet tangled in the noise of the world. It is during this window that we can plant seeds of calm, gratitude, and compassion. Monks across centuries have honored the morning with mindful rituals, not out of habit, but out of reverence. They know that the first thoughts, the first breaths, the first movements of the day set the tone for everything that follows. And so, if we rush into the day with stress and distraction, we carry that chaos with us. But if we begin with peace, we carry peace into every corner of our life. Morning is not a race. It is a sacred return to breath, to stillness, to self. In the next part of this journey, we will explore 7 sacred rituals rooted in Buddhist wisdom to help you greet each new day not with urgency, but with grace. Before the world begins to call your name, before the noise, the headlines, the responsibilities, there is a sacred moment. The moment you open your eyes. The moment when night turns to light, when dreams dissolve into silence, and life gently welcomes you back. In that stillness, there is a choice. Will you rush forward? Or will you pause and return to your breath? Your first breath in the morning is more than oxygen. It is awareness. It is arrival. It is the soft whisper that says, "You are alive. You are here. Begin again." In Buddhist teachings, the breath is the bridge between the body and the mind, between distraction and presence, between yesterday and today. Each inhale grounds you. Each exhale releases what no longer serves you. There is a story from the Buddha. A young monk came to him and said, "Master, my mind is restless the moment I wake up. It jumps from thought to thought, and I feel lost before the day even begins." The Buddha replied, "When the sun rises, do you chase every shadow? No, you simply stand still and let the light in." Just like that, we too can begin each day by letting the light in, through the breath. No phone, no rush, no agenda. Just 3 mindful breaths. Fully present, fully awake. Feel the air enter your nose. Fill your chest. Gently expand your belly. Then release. Slowly. Softly. Completely. Let this be your sacred ritual. Each morning, before your feet touch the floor, sit up slowly. Close your eyes. Place one hand over your heart, the other on your belly, and simply breathe. You are not preparing to battle the day. You are honoring it, welcoming it, one breath at a time. Studies now echo what Buddhism has known for centuries, that mindful breathing lowers anxiety, improves focus, and brings inner peace. But more than science, this is soul work. Because when you breathe with intention, you remind yourself that you are not your thoughts. You are not your to-do list. You are the awareness behind it all. You are presence. You are peace. You are breath. So tomorrow morning, before anything else, come home to your breath. Let it be your anchor. Let it be your prayer. Let it be your beginning. As your breath finds its rhythm and your body awakens in stillness, a sacred space quietly opens within you. This is the moment before the world enters. A space untouched by noise or urgency. A space where your heart can speak without words. In Buddhism, prayer is not asking for anything to come from the outside. It is not about seeking miracles, nor bargaining with the universe. Prayer is remembrance, a returning, a sacred whisper from your inner self, gently calling you back to what truly matters. Each morning, before the noise begins, you are offered a chance to set your inner compass, a chance to plant intention not only in the day, but in the soil of your soul. And so you may ask, what kind of energy do I want to carry today? Who do I choose to be when no one is watching? You don't need to speak aloud. You don't need a temple. Your body is your temple. Your breath is your offering. And your heart knows the way. You may silently offer yourself these words. May I walk with clarity. May I respond with peace. May I speak with gentleness. May I meet this day with an open heart. Even one sentence, held with sincerity, has the power to shape your reality. It becomes a seed. And whatever seed you water in the morning, that is what grows through your day. The Buddha once said, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. What greater moment to shape your thoughts than in the quiet bloom of a new day? There is a story of a young monk who began each morning by bowing to the rising sun, not because the sun needed reverence, but because he needed to remember his place in the vastness of life. His prayer was simple. Today, I will not rush. Today, I will remember what matters. And even when the day tested him, that prayer anchored him like a root. It reminded him, stillness is always within reach. You too can create your own prayer, a quiet vow between you and life itself. Maybe it's a word, peace, or a question, how can I bring light today? Maybe it's simply the breath, repeated with intention. It's not about the length. It's about the depth, the sincerity, the willingness to pause, to feel, to align. And as you go deeper into this practice, you may notice you no longer start your day reacting. You begin your day remembering. Remembering that you are not the storm. You are the calm beneath it. You are not what the world demands. You are what you choose to give. So tomorrow, before you touch your phone, before you speak a word, come back to this moment. Place your hand over your heart and silently offer yourself a prayer, whatever your soul longs to hear. Because that one quiet choice may change the course of your entire day. And over time, it may just change the course of your life. As the first light touches your face, as the breath settles into stillness, there is a powerful shift you can make, from lack to abundance, from not enough to already full. This shift begins with just one word, gratitude. In Buddhist wisdom, gratitude is not a feeling that appears when life is perfect. It is a practice, a daily choice, to open your eyes to the gifts that already surround you. When we practice gratitude in the morning, we don't just count blessings. We train the heart to see clearly. We water the seeds of joy. And we learn to say, this is enough. I am enough. Life, as it is already a miracle. There is a story of a man who approached the Buddha and asked, why am I always discontent? I have food, a home, family, but still I feel empty. The Buddha replied, because you focus on what is missing. And what you focus on grows. But if you wake up each morning and thank the earth beneath your feet, the breath in your lungs, the people in your life, no matter how few, you will realize nothing is missing. Only presence was. Gratitude is not blind. It doesn't ignore pain. It simply says, yes, this moment may be imperfect, but within it, there is still beauty, a warm cup of tea, the way sunlight falls on the floor, the breath that returns without effort. These are not small things. These are life's quiet miracles. So how can we begin a morning of gratitude? It can be as simple as this. After your breath, after your morning prayer, place your feet on the floor. Pause. And silently name 3 things you are thankful for. Right here, right now. They don't need to be grand. They can be simple, even ordinary. I am grateful for this bed that held me through the night. I am grateful for the quiet I hear before the world begins. I am grateful for the chance to try again, today. Each of these acknowledgments is a gentle bow to life. Each one opens the heart a little more. If you wish, write them down. Keep a gratitude journal by your bed. This act of writing transforms passing thoughts into living awareness. Over time, this simple habit begins to rewire the mind. Science now confirms what the Buddha knew long ago, that regular gratitude practices increase happiness, reduce anxiety, and even improve sleep and physical health. But more than any scientific proof, the practice of gratitude brings you home to the life you already live, to the things you already have, to the truth that nothing is truly ordinary when seen through grateful eyes. Let's pause now together. Close your eyes gently. Take a deep breath. And in the silence of your heart, name just one thing you are truly grateful for. Right now. Feel it. Let that gratitude expand in your chest, like light pouring through a window. Stay here for a moment longer in this feeling of quiet abundance. You have enough. You are enough. And this day, just as it is a precious gift. So tomorrow morning, before the to-do lists, before the outside world claims your attention, begin with gratitude. Let it be your shield. Let it be your compass. Let it be your soft armor against the weight of the world. Because when the first words in your day are thank you, peace is no longer something to chase. It's something you've already found, within. In the next part of this journey, we'll deepen our connection with others through compassion, not just as a concept, but as a living practice. Because in a world that often forgets to care, compassion can become our quiet revolution. Once your breath has stilled, once your heart has remembered to give thanks, you are ready to open it wider, wider than comfort, wider than fear, wider than self. You are ready to practice compassion. In Buddhist wisdom, compassion, karuna, is not simply feeling sorry for others. It is a deep recognition that suffering exists and a gentle vow to respond with care. It is the understanding that just as you long to be happy and free from pain, so does every being you meet. There's a story of a man who spat in the face of the Buddha, angry, bitter, full of hate. But the Buddha, in his stillness, did not retaliate. He simply wiped his face and asked softly, "Is there more pain in you that you wish to pour out?" The man was stunned. He expected anger. He met compassion. And in that moment, something inside him began to dissolve. Compassion does not mean accepting harm, but it means seeing beyond the wound into the place where all suffering begins. Each morning, before the world enters, you have the chance to choose compassion for yourself, for those you love, and even for those who may have hurt you. This does not require you to fix anyone, only to see, only to remember. We all suffer. We all forget. We all long to be free. So, how can we practice compassion in the morning? Begin simply. Sit quietly. Place one hand over your heart. Take a gentle breath. And imagine someone you care for. Now silently repeat, "May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live with ease." Say it slowly. Say it sincerely. And if emotions arise, let them. Then imagine someone neutral, a neighbor, a stranger, and repeat, "May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be free from suffering." Finally, bring to mind someone who has challenged you, not to excuse their actions, but to free your own heart from bitterness. Repeat again, "May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be at peace." Lastly, turn that loving kindness inward. Let the compassion return to you. Say gently, "May I be kind to myself today. May I forgive myself for what I did not know. May I treat myself as gently as I would a child or a friend, because compassion without self-compassion is like pouring from an empty cup. The Buddha taught that compassion is one of the 4 immeasurables, qualities of the heart that can expand without end. And when you start your day with compassion, you carry that energy into every room, every conversation, every silent choice. It becomes the tone of your voice, the patience in your listening, the forgiveness in your breath. Let's pause now. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe. And silently repeat, today I choose compassion for others, for myself, for this messy, beautiful world. This choice, though quiet, has the power to soften your entire day. Because in a world that rushes, compassion is your resistance. In a world that judges, compassion is your healing. And in a world that forgets to care, compassion is your awakening. Once the heart has been softened by compassion, once gratitude has opened the door to presence, you are now ready to choose your path, not by chance, but with intention. In Buddhism, intention is not about rigid goals or fixed outcomes. It is not a checklist. It is a direction of the heart, a compass that gently guides your thoughts, actions, and energy throughout the day. The Buddha spoke of right intention as one of the core elements of the Noble Eightfold Path. He taught that the quality of our life is shaped not just by what we do, but why we do it. Not just by our actions, but by the seed planted before those actions begin. So each morning we are offered a choice. What will I grow in the garden of today? Will I plant fear, or will I plant kindness? Will I scatter my energy, or move with presence? Setting an intention is like lighting a small lantern before stepping into the day. It may not change what you will face, but it will change how you walk through it. So take a moment now. Gently close your eyes. Feel the breath, soft and alive. And ask yourself, what do I want to embody today? What kind of presence do I wish to bring into the world? Let the answer rise. Naturally, without force. Perhaps it's peace, patience, clarity, compassion, truth, joy. One word, one direction. Held with sincerity, it becomes a guiding star. There's a story of a teacher who began every day by sitting in stillness for just 1 minute. Before the noise, before the demands, he would whisper to himself, "Today I will walk with peace," and no matter how chaotic the hours became, he would return to that one promise. It anchored him like a silent vow. Not a rule, but a quiet remembrance. You can do this too. Right after your breath, your gratitude, your compassion, pause, and speak your intention, softly, inwardly, clearly. Today I choose to be present. Today I will meet frustration with understanding. Today I offer my energy to what truly matters. You can write it in a journal, or simply carry it in your heart. Return to it when you feel scattered. Return to it when you forget. Let it be the rhythm beneath the noise. Intentions are different from expectations. You're not trying to control the day. You're choosing how to show up for it. Fully. Honestly. From a place of alignment. When you begin your morning with intention, your day no longer controls you. You become the artist and the canvas. You respond instead of react. You remember instead of rush. Let's try together right now. Take a breath and repeat in your heart, "Today I walk with clarity. Today I move with love. Today I am rooted in presence." Whatever your intention is, hold it gently, not as pressure, but as an invitation. Because each new sunrise is a chance to begin again, not from the outside, but from the deepest place within. Now that your mind is centered, your heart softened with gratitude, and your path aligned with intention, it's time to bring that inner peace into your body. Because in Buddhism, the body is not separate from the mind. It is the temple through which mindfulness is lived, not just thought. We often think of meditation as stillness, but movement too can be a form of meditation. A dance of breath, awareness, and presence. The Buddha once said, "To walk mindfully on the earth is a miracle, not because walking is rare, but because awareness during walking is rare." How many mornings have we rushed through movement, brushing our teeth, getting dressed, reaching for the phone, without being present even once? But what if, just for today, you allowed every motion to become a moment of meditation? What if your first steps were not rushed, but reverent? Mindful movement does not require you to be a yogi. It does not ask for perfection. It only asks for presence. Begin with something simple. As you rise from bed, notice how your feet touch the floor. Feel the weight of your body, grounded. Take one slow step, then another. Each step, a gentle reminder, I am here. I have arrived in this moment. You can practice mindful movement through gentle stretching, through yoga, or even through walking slowly in silence. Let each movement be accompanied by breath. Raise your arms. Inhale. Lower them. Exhale. Tilt your head slowly and listen to the space between thoughts. Feel your muscles awaken. Feel your breath guide your motion, like waves rising and falling. No force, no rush, only awareness. There's a story of a young monk who asked the Buddha, "Is it better to sit and meditate, or to walk and meditate?" The Buddha replied, "Whichever practice you do with awareness, that is the better path." This is the heart of mindful movement, to allow the body to become a bridge from thought to presence, from distraction to embodiment. Let's try a simple practice together now. Stand or sit tall. Take a deep breath and gently roll your shoulders back. Feel the stretch along your spine. Now slowly raise your arms overhead, stretch toward the sky, and exhale as you lower them down. Move slowly. Move like you are listening with your body. Let every gesture be a prayer, not of words but of presence. Even just 5 minutes of this in the morning can calm the nervous system, awaken your energy, and align your mind and body in quiet harmony. Mindful movement reminds us that this body is not a machine to be pushed. It is a companion, one that carries us through every joy, every sorrow, every breath of life. When we care for it with presence, we return to ourselves, not just in thought, but in form. We come home completely. So tomorrow, before the demands of the day pull you outward, give your body a moment of gentle attention. Stretch with love. Walk with awareness. Move not just to finish, but to feel. Because when your body flows with mindfulness, your entire day moves with peace. The breath has been awakened. Gratitude has opened the heart. Compassion has softened your vision. Intention has given direction. Your body has moved in awareness. And now, before the day begins, there is one final offering, silence. A closing pause. A sacred stillness before the world returns. In Buddhist tradition, silence is not emptiness. It is space for all things to settle. Like a pond whose surface becomes still, so that the reflection of the sky can be seen clearly. After all your practices this morning, this final pause is not a stopping, but a gentle anchoring. A moment to honor everything you've just created within. Take a seat or remain standing in stillness. Let your breath be effortless. Let your shoulders drop. Let your eyes soften or close. There is nothing to do, nothing to fix, nowhere to go. Simply be here. Let the silence hold you, like the earth holds the roots of a tree. You may wish to repeat a short mantra. I carry peace within me. May this peace guide me. May I meet this day with presence, or say nothing at all. Let silence speak in its own language. Let the morning settle into your bones. This final pause is your transition from inner stillness to outer motion, from sacred space to daily life. But this pause is also a reminder you don't leave your practice behind. You carry it with you, in your breath, in your gaze, in the way you listen, in the way you speak, in the way you show up for life. There's a saying in Buddhist wisdom, when the mind is quiet, the heart hears clearly. And so, we end not with noise, not with urgency, but with one soft, mindful breath. A breath that says, I'm ready. Ready to live this day with intention, compassion, and grace. Let's breathe together, one last time. Inhale gently. Exhale fully. Place your hands over your heart if you wish, and feel the echo of this practice within you. You've just gifted yourself presence. That is no small thing. That is everything. As you step out into the world, remember, peace is not somewhere you go. It is something you bring. And now, it walks with you. May your day be rooted in stillness, lit by intention, and softened by compassion. Until tomorrow, go gently. If you've made it to this final moment, pause and take one deep, conscious breath. Because what you just gave yourself was not just a routine. It was a gift. Not from the outside world, but from your own heart. Each morning, we stand at a quiet crossroad. We can rush, or we can return. We can follow the noise, or listen to the still voice within. Today, you chose to return. You chose presence. And in doing so, you watered the seeds of peace that already live within you. That is no small thing. That is the beginning of healing. The Buddha once said, be a lamp unto yourself. No one else can walk your path. No one else can feel for you, breathe for you, or heal for you. But within you, there is already a light, a wisdom, a quiet knowing that gently says, come home to yourself this morning. Through your breath, your gratitude, your intention, you lit that lamp. And even if the day brings challenge, you now carry a light to guide you through it. Let's be honest, there will be mornings when you forget. When stress creeps in and you move through the motions instead of moving with mindfulness. But healing does not ask for perfection. It asks for return. Each time you come back to the present moment, without judgment, without shame, you take one step closer to wholeness. That too is the path. Remember, you don't need to visit a temple every day to live the teachings. You don't need to meditate for hours to touch peace. You only need to begin your day with a present heart. That alone is enough. That alone is powerful. Before we part ways, I'd love to leave you with a few timeless words from the Buddha. Peace comes from within. Don't seek it without. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. Happiness does not depend on what you have or who you are. It solely relies on what you think. Let these words live inside you, like gentle reminders as you go about your day. And if your heart still feels tender, if there's a sorrow, a fear, or a wound you're carrying, please know this: you are not broken. You are becoming. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to heal at your own pace. And most of all, you are never walking alone. So carry this peace with you, not as something to chase, but as something you already hold. And if this message touched you today, please consider sharing it, so that someone else may also begin their morning with peace, presence, and hope. Until next time, go gently. And may the wisdom of the Buddha guide your steps from the inside out.